So welcome back. I'm sorry for technical issues. Unfortunately, Russia still exists, so there's no avoiding that. As far as I understand, you guys did have time, and you've managed to finish the task, and you actually had more time to prepare than it was originally planned. So I have no idea who was in which group because it's a new meeting now, but hope that you remember who you were working with. So let's just move from group to group. You probably dedicated the task of persuading the client and motivating and expressing your call to action strategy to a particular person in your group, so you know who's going to be responsible for that. So we're going to move like this. One by one, we're going to go from group to group, and after a person done declaring their way of motivating and calling to action, people from other groups, I would ask you to rate that strategy from 1 to 10 in order for us to see whether that particular speech was motivating enough or is there some tweaks we can use to improve it. So, which group or which person would like to start?
I think I could start.
Um, sure
But
thing. Do you remember the number of your group?
I wish. I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay, it's totally fine. So, whenever you're ready, just say that Alexander or Alexandra is your patient, and try to persuade me.
Yeah, Alexander. So basically, these are the details of your offer. Unfortunately, since quite some time has passed since your initial request that you had last year, the cost has increased by a few $1,000s, and the package no longer has the hotel included in it. However, we would be happy to help you with the rest of it, so you don't have to worry about your accommodation. It still perfectly fits your initial request for the best implant option, and it will definitely help you to return to your normal life and still within your initial bad budget request. So we would also be happy. I'm sorry. So could you please let me know if there is anything else you would like to know about this specific offer, or if you maybe would like to proceed with booking it?
Okay, beautiful. Let's show some warm reactions to Max and his group, whatever number that might be. And I would ask people from other groups who weren't working with Max in this particular exercise, would you please rate from 1 to 10 this particular strategy? Again, we're rating not Maxim, we're rating the strategy. So 1 means you hang up the phone, 10 means you're ready to close the deal. Always the best. 10, 10, 10. Okay, beautiful. Is there any particular suggestions you guys have with what can be improved in this strategy? Maybe someone has a comments or some things you didn't like, or maybe some additional, information you want to add. Okay. So as far as I understood, first of all, I do like the strategy. It's rather structured. It has a definitive call to action in the end. As far as I understand, you used like two techniques, both lost time and client's opinion, right? In the end. And I do like your emphasis on the negative consequences of clients' indecisiveness last time. Um, what I would suggest improving is when you're summarizing in the end, like basically you're saying like the offer is worse now, but you're still gonna get great results. So let's go ahead and close the deal. That was your like positioning. I would, in the end, before the final call to action, summarize and like build a pre-framing why clients should agree to your following up call to action. Basically saying, so I would suggest booking dates for this particular offers now in order for you to save money and not to lose money again if you skip on this one. So, do you have additional questions or are you ready to go ahead? So, this is the only thing I would suggest doing, emphasizing what client can lose if he would hesitate again. And
Okay,
everything else was perfect.
that's clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And we're ready to move to the next group or person, whoever that might be.
Okay, I'll go next.
Okay, Queen.
So
I'm sorry, Queen. Can I ask you if you remember the number of your group?
I think it was group three. I'm not so
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
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 Number
Okay,
one.
so for my group, we were working with a patient who, let's say you were interested in a
Yep.
facelift in Turkey. I presented the offer to you and you were fine with it. But when it came to dates, you kept I think you were uncertain about it. So this is going to be my technique. I'm going to let you know that the doctor has quite a tight schedule this period, and usually the clinics review their prices a few times in a year. So I wouldn't want a situation where when you are certain about the dates you are interested in, there might be an increase in the cost or there might be a change in the initial cost that was given to you in the offer, or the doctor might not be available at that period. So here is my way of helping you. Would you like me to look for the nearest available dates for your procedure?
Okay. Beautiful. Let's show some love to Queen and her group, supposedly number three. We're gonna call it group Go Queen or group Slay. How about that? Okay, beautiful. People from other groups, would you please rate this particular strategy? Was it motivating enough for you from 1 to 10, or was there something to improve? All right, all 10 again. Somehow we have six people in other groups. I thought it would be more, but I'll take what I have. Um, All right. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure that was a very efficient strategy. I do like your emphasis on you caring about the patient, basically saying that I don't want you to like lose this and that or get a bad outcome or consequences. So I did like that warmth, and overall structure was correct with a definitive question at the end. So no additional comments from me. Good job. Okay. And the last, did we have three groups? I think so. Maybe four. Who
Uh,
knows?
Four groups, I think.
Four groups? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So who's gonna go next? We have at least one more to go, maybe two.
I guess I can go.
Sure.
Um, Dear Alexandra, I'm so glad that you're interested in this offer. I completely understand that you need some time to think things through, but because this doctor's schedule fills up quickly, he's kindly offering to reserve a spot for you for 3 days in the last week of February, as discussed. Securing a date now will ensure you don't miss this window, and you can always adjust if needed. Would you like to go ahead and choose a date, or is there any information that will help you decide?
Okay, beautiful. Let's show me your reactions to this particular strategy. And please rate this one in the chat as well. How persuasive was that? Okay, so three people gave their rating. Everyone else? I have so many questions, so little answers. All right. So I suppose since we again have all tens, there's no suggestions from the group, so I will give you mine. I did like how short and sweet it sounded. Like it's like a KISS strategy. Keep it short and simple, right? When working with clients, it's usually the best way to go. For me, it did sounded like not a big motivational speech, but just like a quick nudge to the client and a quick push, maybe some sort of objection handling of he's gonna think about it. So maybe if there's only thing I would add, it's not only scare him with lack of available dates and potentially losing that slot, but also using you message add some benefits in client choosing positively to go ahead right now, right? And if you agree, you will have this and that, and these results will come in a month, right? So, and the last question, the same as you did. Okay, so thank you so much. And if there's a fourth person or fourth group, if it existed, please let me know. We would like to hear your presentation. And if there was none, it's totally fine. We just don't remember. Short memory. Okay. All right. So, thank you so much for this active participation. And we're going to move to our final practice throughout this training. So, let's reflect a bit and tell me, what topics do you remember that we covered over the last 2 months? Maybe topics that put a topic in the chat that stood out to you, like the one you really remember and you really want to take with you into your journey ahead. What did we cover throughout our training? What do you guys remember? Okay, sales myth, spelled almost correctly. Sales triggers, handling objections, love emoji, building good rapport, sandwich. Winnington is obviously hungry, so can't remember topic names, but inclusion spin technique and sandwich technique. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Objection handling, working on objections, sandwich technique, reframing, introducing yourself successfully, building rapport. Okay, you did cover almost everything. Almost everything. Pre-framing. We were also talking about improving your flexibility of your mind, right? Your creativity, in order for you to focus on searching for answers and not focusing on why it's not going to work. And also, we were talking about building an efficient sales funnel, right? How to work efficiently in different channels of communication. Offers, presentation, first contact, presenting an offer. Beautiful. Okay. So our last practice would be group reflection and self-analysis. So in this exercise, you guys would be again split in a few groups with new people. And I would ask you to reflect on your training and answer 3 questions. So you would want to write it down or just memorize it if you have a good memory. So the first question would be which practice, which exercise was the most beneficial to you throughout the last 2 months? So which particular maybe simulation or group activity or brainstorming, which exercise was the most influential for you and why? Second question is about techniques and strategies and sales methods. So the second question is which sales technique in particular influenced your communication with your patients the most? Which was the most important to you? And the third question would be about your insights. So overall, if there would be one insight that you would like to take with you on your journey ahead from the whole training, one insight. I hope you had more, but if there would be just one to pick, which one do you want to take with you and why? So the most influential and interesting for you in particular practice, the exercise we did, the most valuable technique, sales technique that we discussed, and one insight you want to share with your colleagues, talking about insights throughout the training overall. You will have 5 minutes to discuss this one by one and share your experiences. First and foremost, for you to remember and take with you the merrier, the better, right? And second, to share your experience with others because they might have forgotten something important and you will remind them and they will remind you what you have forgotten. So if this task is clear, please put number 3 in the chat and you will have 5 minutes to discuss everything. All right, perfect. So let's go. 5 minutes. Please join breakout rooms. All right, guys, welcome back. I thank you for sharing your experiences with your team, and I hope that you guys exchanged your insights and how you view the efficient road ahead of you, and what would you like to keep with you. From my perspective, I would like to share a few points which I would like you to take with you in your further journey. And obviously, all the insights are important, all the techniques and sales stages are important, but these are the points I would like to remind you about. So first and foremost, preparation and analysis. If you want to get a new level every now and then, not just this one time, you do need to prepare for your communication with the client. And after your work, after maybe not every communication, but once a day, once a week, once a month, reflect on your negotiation skills, reflect on your dialogues, and see what can be improved. This way, you're not only gonna destroy your competition, but also you would be the better version of yourself every single time. Second point is about being a leader in the conversation. So a good salesperson is always the one who takes the lead. So you do need to be initiative. You do need to finish all your phrases with a question. You do need to frame yourself as an expert in eyes of the client. And this way, he's going to listen to you more and he's going to agree with you way more. Third is deep needs discovery. Basically, we work in a field where discovering the needs of a client is something we do need to do and something our clients expect us to do. If you do not do this, the chances that you will make a relevant and efficient offer are close to, well, not zero, but it's rather low. If, for example, I come to a doctor or I have a car trouble and I come to a mechanic, I expect to get help and I expect this professional to ask me at least like 10 questions, maybe 20 questions to make an offer which would really be not only palatable for me, but also efficient. So don't discourage yourself from asking more questions because that's a way to get the most out of your conversion rate. Fourth is building rapport and creating value for your clients. If you create trust, then everything you do comes through the frame of basically high rapport and working with your client as partners, working in one team. And the more value in the eyes of the client you create, the higher price, the higher fee you can take from your client. And obviously, the things you all do, but I want just to remind you to give to your patients more than they expect. This is the way to build long-term relationship. This is the way to get client to come back, to get a positive review online, and to recommend Bookimed to their friends. So on this positive note, I would like to pass microphone to Olena, and then we're gonna wrap up and finish our training.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Guys, hello everyone. Like my congratulations, you almost finished this path. Yes, 2 months. We were learning how to be more efficient in sales, and honestly, I'm proud of you. If we compare uh, your skills, you started the course, and your skills now, you as well. I think can like notice that there is significant upgrade in your skills. So thank you very much for your attention, for your energy, for everything you've done, for all the completed tasks. I hope it will contribute, and it like right now, maybe you already notice some changes in your conversion rate, but we have do you remember that you're gonna have an assessment? We're gonna have one more training which is connected with the work with clinics. We're gonna have it on next week, and in 2 weeks we're gonna have an assessment. So you're gonna meet with me, and we will talk a little about sales approach. And the second part is going to be about your chats, how you implement all the knowledges, how you implement the new sales flow, which we are building right now. It's just a like announcement for you to that it's not the end, right? We did only 10% of contribution in our results, and 90% left. The hardest part is ahead. So I hope that you are full of like power, full of energy to continue in implementation of new schools, of new skills. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a productive evening or any part of the day you have right now. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye. And
Thank you very much.
from my part, I want to congratulate you too. I want to thank you for your active participation. As far as I can see from the scripts you provide and the screenshots of your communication with your clients and negotiations and the scripts you prepared for answering objections or questions over the clients or handling objections, I see the evolution you're going through. Obviously it's better for Helen to scare you in order for you to feel better when the road ahead would be much easier than she scared you about. Because if you are well prepared, you feel more confident, and I think it's not going to be an easy peasy path, but I think it's going to be the path you will be respect yourself for, and you'll be proud of yourself to walk through. So we're not saying goodbye overall. Obviously, this particular training is going to an end, but we still have our chat. I think we're gonna see each other in like a month or so to, maybe see the results you've achieved, maybe answer the questions you have. If up to that point you have some difficult tasks in your line of work, please hit me up or write in the general chat. I hope that me, myself, and your colleagues would be happy to help. And I want to finish up our training with one last question for you guys. So, when would you say is the best time to plant a tree? Winnington, you can go ahead and just say it.
Now.
Now, okay. A year ago, second part of February, I worked with plants. Yeah, that's my disadvantage. I'm just a motivational speaker. I have no idea how to work with plants. March in 21st of part, where very specific date when you put a seed. Depends on which part of the world you're in. Yeah, makes sense. When it's so sunny, you have a shadow. In Egypt, it's so hot always. Yeah, I know. Every time I visited Egypt, it was hot like hell, but I did enjoy it though. All right, spring entry, yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna argue with your answers, but for myself, I would like to say that I believe, okay, I would say it's in the spring, in the spring. I would say that the best time to plant a tree would be a year ago, right? Or more time ago, because you don't really want to dig a hole, to water it, right? To plant a seed, to wait, to secure the perimeter of that hole. What you want to do is you want to lay down on a hot summer day in the shadow of the tree, right? You want to eat an apple from the tree, some sort of fruit. So, in order to achieve that, you do need to plan ahead. And I wish you all to start. Well, you actually did start to plant your trees months ago when we started this training. But if there's something else you would like to plant in terms of your work with clients and patients, start now. So in 1 year, you would be grateful for yourself, to yourself, and you will be proud of yourself and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I thank you guys again for all your dedication and energy. I say goodbye to you for today, and I hope I see you again. Have a great evening.
Same to you. Thank you a lot.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very much. Thank you. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Bye bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye bye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.